Hi everyone, welcome. This will be a year-long series where I discuss topics related to self-actualization, self-realization, self-care, and personal growth. Today we'll be discussing Maslow's pyramid. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is visualized as a pyramid with 5 levels, hence why it's also referred to as Maslow's pyramid. At the base, you have your physiological needs, such as food, water, warmth, and rest. Then comes our safety needs, such as personal security, resources, employment, shelter. Above that, in the middle level, are our social needs, which can include love and belonging. Above that, you have esteem needs, focuses on respect, self-esteem, and recognition. And then finally, at the top is self-actualization, the realization of one's personal potential. Maslow's theory is that we're motivated by our needs. So if one of our needs are not being met, we're unable to move on to the next level in order to fulfill other needs. This might explain why you might feel stuck or unmotivated. It's possible that critical needs are not being met, preventing you from being the best version of yourself. Changing this requires you to look at your needs and seeing what you want and what you need in order to satisfy those critical needs so you can reach that level of self-actualization. In my early 20s, I was in survival mode. I was at the bottom of the pyramid. I was worried about rent, food, finances, you name it, I was worried about it. I was so wrapped up in all of these things, I couldn't focus about anything else. Securing food, water, shelter, and financial stability is the foundation of your pyramid. And it is essential that these needs are met in order to further personal development. If these needs are not being met, you're going to spend all of your time and energy focusing on satisfying this need. It'll be hard for you to grow in other areas of your life if you're constantly stuck in survival mode. A question that I had to ask myself when I was in this mode was, what did I need to be comfortable? I started budgeting, looking for jobs that matched my financial needs. Once I found stability, I had more energy to focus on questioning other areas of my life where I was not satisfied in. So here are some ways where you can satisfy your basic needs. Create a budget in order to manage finances. This will provide you with a sense of security once you figure out how much money you have coming in, how much is going out. Ensure a balanced diet and regular exercise. Establish a safe and stable living environment, and this ties back into financial needs. Develop routines that promote rest and recovery. It's important for you to be well rested and to feel like you have enough energy in order to get through the day. If you're not getting proper rest and you're always tired, you're not going to have energy to focus on other things, especially when you're in survival mode. Like, you're already tired from being in survival mode, and if you're not getting proper rest, you're just going to be extra tired. As humans, we're very social creatures. In the past, I was super anxious, and I am an introvert, so I found that this level was somewhat challenging. This level is all about relationships, friendships, romance, family. It is here where we learn the value of emotional bonds, community, connection, and it's crucial for our psychological well-being. Once my basic needs were met, I was able to look at other areas of my life with a little bit more clarity and a little bit more questioning. I noticed that I had a feeling of not belonging. I felt like I just didn't fit in. I didn't belong in the world, like I was out of place. And I realized that this was due to my own limiting beliefs and past traumas that I developed as a child and I carried with me throughout my early adulthood. I felt like an imposter. I felt like a fraud. I had connections and people in my life that were important to me, but in the back of my head, I always questioned if I was loved, if they were lying to me. Looking back, my limiting beliefs prevented me from experiencing genuine connection with those that I love. It wasn't until I started questioning those beliefs that I found inner peace and genuine connection. There was one book that I attribute to breaking down my limiting beliefs and allowing me to think more freely, and that is Loving What Is by Byron Katie. Listening to the audiobook really helped me break down the narratives in my head and question the beliefs that I had and if they were even true for me. It wasn't a one and done solution, but this book helped me open my eyes and get out of my head. So some ways you can satisfy your own needs for love and belonging include fostering deep and meaningful connections with friends and family, engaging in community activities or social groups if they're available in your area, practice empathy and open communication in relationships, and show appreciation through love and words. Personally, over the years, I felt like I have bounced from esteem needs and love and belonging. These are areas of my life where I lacked confidence, I didn't love myself, I didn't feel like I belonged, and I put others' needs and wants before my own, which isn't necessarily always a bad thing, but it is also not always a good thing. There's one analogy I like to think of. First is if your ship is sinking and you're in a boat, right? You can't save someone else's ship is sinking if your ship is sinking, because I realized if I can't help myself, I can't help anyone else. The esteem needs are about respect, self-esteem, and recognition. It's about finding value in yourself, but also being valued by others. Again, we are social creatures by nature. Sometimes I want to deny this. This stage is important for building confidence and achieving personal goals. Some ways you can satisfy your esteem needs are set personal goals and celebrate your achievements. It's important to set SMART goals and to celebrate your wins. Engage in activities that build confidence. Figure out what you like to do, and that can also help you build confidence. Offer and accept constructive feedback. Depending on what it is you're doing, seek feedback from others. For me, for example, I like to do YouTube, right? Although I've been posting probably for the last 2 years on and off, I haven't always been the most confident when posting. And I feel like now I'm in a different mindset, and there are areas of my life where I've questioned and kind of satisfied, or in the process of learning how to satisfy my esteem needs, to where I can come back now and just be like, I love myself, I'm confident, let me put my work out there and seek feedback from those that I love and those that are close to me and those whose opinions that I value, that I know will tell me like it is. So it's important to have those kind of people in your circle. And that's the part where being valued by others comes in. You need to be able to have confidence within yourself, but also there's a part of us as humans that want to be valued by others and loved by others. And that's where that balance within the esteem needs, in my opinion, comes in. Recognizing your unique strengths and qualities. Figure out what you're good at and lean into that hard, because you're amazing. Life is long, but it is short. Do not go through life living someone else's dream. Focus on what brings you joy, what fulfills you, and go out and do it. And do it just with all your heart. Do it like this is the last moment you have to do it. And then this journey leads us to self-actualization. It is the pursuit of personal potential, creativity, and authentic self-expression. And I don't believe self-actualization is the final destination. I believe that it's an ongoing process that is personal for each individual who walks this path. You may find yourself going through different levels, or discovering new things about yourself, or realizing like, hey, there might be some areas in my life where I thought this need was satisfied, but it really isn't. I'm currently trying to navigate this level now. Like I said before, I feel like I've been like going through certain levels and realizing a lot of things I used to desire, I no longer desire, and I start to question why I wanted those things and like what I want now, and finding that I would rather live a life of enjoyment and do things that fill me up because I love to do it, not for any sort of external societal pressure or what I thought was happiness or what I thought was success, because that was what I was told. Ways to explore and go deeper into your self-actualization needs are: pursue your personal passions and interests. Figure out what lights you up, what brings you joy, and go out and do those things And like, it's okay if you have many interests. Figure out if that's something you really like or why you like it. And practice mindfulness and self-reflection. Self-reflecting is so important. I feel like questioning why, the whys of everything, kind of leads you to figuring out what you want to believe or what actually interests you. Like, sometimes we just go, and if we're just going and not stopping for a moment to ask why, then we'll just keep going on autopilot or just keep going down a path that may not be right for you. Why spend the next 5 years just doing something because that's what you thought was what you needed to do, because your parents told you, because your teachers told you, because society told you, because you saw someone else do it, versus sitting down and asking yourself, why? Does this bring me joy? Does this bring me happiness? And you might discover that maybe those things don't fill your cup, and maybe those aren't really your interests. Set challenging but attainable goals for the things that interest you. So if you kind of figured out and questioned the whys and figured out, okay, I like this, I like that, set challenging goals for yourself. So for example, I like YouTube. I may not always be consistent. Like I said, I've been on a self-realization, actualization journey. But now that I figured out what I want to talk about, I sat down with myself and said, where do I see myself over the next year? And like, just taking those things that you like to do and your interest and breaking them down to things that you can do on a yearly basis, a weekly basis, if you're a 5-year type of planner, whatever floats your boat. Just set goals that you can do. And the last one, be open to new experiences and learning. This process, this journey is never ending. And learning is something that will last a lifetime. So continue to learn, continue to be open to new possibilities, to new ways of thinking. You might hear something that may spark something inside of you, or a light bulb moment may go off and you might be like, wow. You know, I find myself having those moments a lot, where like finally you hear that one thing that connects all the dots, and then you finally have a full circle. When I reflect on who I was and where I am now, I realize that this is an ongoing process. It's not linear. No two paths are ever going to be the same. I think it's important to understand Maslow's pyramid. I don't think it's something where it's like, okay, I have to master this level in order to get to this level, but you may find yourself bouncing between levels. I think the most important thing is making sure your foundational needs are met in order to be able to explore the other needs. That way you can focus your energy on other things. If you're in the process of your journey to self-actualization, I would love to hear where you find yourself in the pyramid. Have you found yourself bouncing between levels? What are some areas that you're trying to focus more on now? I would love to hear them in the comments down below. If you guys want to see the rest of my year-long journey, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!